So this is obviously like maybe like 2, 3 hours after I did my makeup, that video. And obviously I like ate and everything. And I was like, I kind of want to do another video. Like I was like, I kind of have a little bit of a story time for you guys. So I'm going to be telling you guys about the first time, well, first and last time I got catfished. Okay, so anyway, so I got catfished before it was known as catfishing. Before the show even came out, I got catfished. So let me explain. Basically, this guy like catfished the entire South Philly. When I was younger, I probably was like 11, 12. I have this friend. We're gonna call her Caitlin. This friend named Caitlin, a childhood friend of mine, was dating like this really good-looking guy. We're gonna call him Michael. And obviously, I'm from Philly. Caitlin's from Philly. Michael was from like, I don't even know. He was from like Florida, but then he lived in New Jersey at one point. But then like she met up with him in like New Orleans. I don't even remember how they met, but whatever. So yeah, we were 12 and everybody was like, oh my God, like Mike is gorgeous or whatever. And we were like, how did this happen? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so Mike was this really good looking guy. Apparently this really cute guy from like Florida, but he was from Philly, but moved to New Jersey. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, we didn't find out he was fake until like years later. So they were dating, and then I think he started like dating her classmate or something like months later, and she was like upset. So they had broke up. Him and Caitlin broke up. He started dating like somebody she went to high school with or something like that. And I'm gonna call this girl because I don't want to use any real names. I'm gonna call this girl Ashley. So Michael started dating Ashley, and Ashley didn't know that he was a catfish. Neither did we. None of us knew yet. Like I said, none of us knew until years later. So Ashley didn't know. Him and Ashley hit it off. They dated for a while, and then they dated for like years. Like I'm talking like maybe like 3.5 years. That's when she found out like he was a catfish. So I think the story was like he was coming to Philly to like meet her in person for the first time, and it was basically like right before he was coming to Philly, it was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a catfish. Like that's how the story was pretty much. They were dating for years. She didn't know that he was a catfish. And like he obviously knew what she really looked like, but she never knew. And then it was like, oh yeah, like I'm finna get on the plane to go to Philly and meet you and like move in with you, so I should fucking tell you like what I actually look like. So come to find out, Mike was really this guy. I think I'm trying to think, what did he do? Oh, when I found out, he used like the pictures that he used was like either his cousin's friend or his friend's cousin. Don't know, don't remember, but whatever it was, the friend or the cousin was good looking. That's all I remember. That's the only thing that's important. Excuse me. So he met Ashley in person, and long story short, she accepted it. And I ain't gonna lie, they still together till this day. I think they've been together for like probably since like 2012, 2013. Like it's been a while. Like I know it's been like some years, because a bitch was definitely like in like 6th, 7th grade when I first heard about this person. And then when me and him actually had like conversations, it probably was like 8th or 9th grade. And then when I found out he was a catfish, it was like 9th or 10th grade. So they started dating probably when like we were maybe like 9th grade. But yeah, I hadn't met him in person. Right after he moved to Philly and she found out who he was, because they went through a period where they had broken up for a while, and he was talking to girls in South Philly like romantically, and it was one of them wasn't me. Like we were friends. Like I had a crush on him before he was a cat. Before I found out like what he actually looked like, I had a crush on him. I remember it was like one summer we would talk every day, and he had liked this girl who was like a mutual friend of a mutual friend. She was a twin. He liked this girl, and we used to talk about her all the time. We used to talk about like who he likes and like why him and Ashley had broken up and everything. So then eventually, after moving to Philly, him and Ashley were broken up, and then we hung out like one day. We went to like Chickies and Pete's, and we had like food or whatever, because it was before I turned 21, so I couldn't get fucked up obviously. And he was cool and everything, but like I think right after like he got back together with Ashley, never saw him again in person until like maybe like 2 years later. I was in this restaurant with my best friend, and my best friend was like, "Is that Michael?" And I looked, and it's him with Ashley. And so long story short, they got back together, and yeah, they're still together to this day. I feel like maybe within like the next year or two, I feel like they're gonna be engaged. Like I have this feeling that they're gonna be engaged. And usually when I have feelings like that, I'm usually right. I don't know why, but when it comes to like girls in pregnancies or girls in marriages, I'm usually right about it. So I'm gonna say next year or two they're gonna be engaged, because bitch, that has to be some kind of true love. Like you've been talking to this dude for years online, then he is about to come to Philly to move in with you and tells you, by the way, sweetie, I'm not the dude in the pictures, and you're just kind of like, oh, like it's okay, I accept it. Like that gotta be some true love right there. I understand looks is not everything, but like the way I think about looks is when you first see someone, when you first meet somebody, I feel like it's the physical attraction that makes you want to get to know someone. I'm just saying. That's how I feel when I meet somebody. That makes me want to get to know someone. Like if I find somebody attractive, cute, whatever, physically, then I'm like, oh, like I want to get to know them more. Because it's not like when you meet somebody, you automatically know they're nice, they're sweet, they're intelligent, they're funny. You get what I'm saying? So for her to just be like, okay, and just accept it, I guess all those years they dated, I guess, you know, she really liked his personality, and I guess she was willing to accept it. And honestly, kudos to her. I don't know if I could have did that. I would have had to get past the fact that, number one, this dude lied to me for years, catfished the entire South Philly, and did not look remotely as good as the picture. So I would have had to get over that. Maybe, you know, that's a little bit like of my shallowness coming out. I'm not a shallow human being, but maybe that's a little bit of my shallowness coming out, but that's just me. But yeah, I would have to think about some things. I wouldn't have just been able to been like, oh yeah, it's okay, come to Philly, like move in with me, like we're good, we're all good. Like I would have to have some time. But yeah, so the only real thing I think that he, like the only truthful thing that I think was that he like told the truth about that was real was his name. Obviously his name is not Michael, that's a name I'm giving him, but the name that he has and that he had on like all his social media profiles was his actual name. I think that's the only truthful thing that he told, was his name. And obviously his feelings for the girl Ashley was obviously truthful and everything, and hers as well. But yeah, like that shit was crazy. It's just crazy to think about how the entire South Philly got catfished by this one guy before the actual term and movie and show came out. Like this was years prior, before the even like the movie came out and the term was a thing. Like I gotta take a sip because my mouth is just dry. Think about that shit, bro. Good God, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, another thing, because I'm fucking retarded. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? So, like I said before, had a crush on this dude, like, before I found out he was a catfish, before he moved to Philly for this girl. This was around the time when him and, like, the girl Ashley were off, and he was, like, liking girls in South Philly. So that summer when we were like really good friends, I like wrote this dude a letter and like sent it to him, basically expressing like how I felt about him and all this shit. And I think we had gotten to like a fight previously about how I felt as though like he treated me like I wasn't good enough for him. Like it was a whole bunch of shit. I was crazy. I don't know why I did this to myself. Like I was on some nut shit. But I definitely did send this dude a letter, and I think he actually kept it, because when we met in person, I think he actually said like he kept it, and I was like, bitch, why? Like throw it away. Like throw the whole dude away. I was very confused as to why he kept it. Like that's nice, but like no. You know what I mean? I was just kind of like, you can throw that away, you know. But yeah, I wrote him a letter. Don't remember what the letter says. Don't have a letter. It's not like I can go to him and be like, hey yo, like can you send me that letter? Like I don't know what the letter said, but from what I can remember, it was basically like, you know, we've been talking every day in the summer, and you know I like you, and some of the shit you say, you know, it makes me feel like I'm not good enough for you, and da-da-da, and you always talk about how Ashley's this, Ashley's that, but like you'll never give me a chance because I'm in a friend zone, and da-da-da, and then you like this girl, but you always come to me and talk to me about your problems. Like, it was a whole bunch of shit. Honestly, I can go on for days. That's the only thing I can honestly remember. I know I said like little stuff like that, but I definitely wrote him like I think the letter was like a page, and like I definitely, maybe a page and a half. I definitely did like like front and back. I feel like it was definitely a front and back letter. Don't judge me. I was like 13. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't all the way there. So don't judge me. But yeah, you know, I definitely got catfished. But you know, I don't feel bad about it because dude catfished the entire South Philly. So I don't feel as stupid as I should. You get what I'm saying? Because other girls, it was plenty of other girls that got catfished. Like, I remember being like 12, 13, and everybody was like, oh my God, this dude's so cute, blah, blah, blah. And like girls had him as like their background on their phone. Like, dude was a whole fucking celebrity before he moved to Philly, and then we saw what he really looked like. Like, Bull was a whole celebrity. I remember girls had him on like their background as their little screensaver. Girls had him on a screensaver as on a computer. I didn't do that because that's taking it too far. And like, I always kept in the back of my mind, we don't really know if this dude looked like the dude in the picture, but you know, whatever, you know, that's, other girls do what they want. But I definitely remember like looking at people's phone like, oh my God, like, dude a whole celebrity. Like, we don't know who this dude is, but whatever. So that's what happened with Michael. Haven't seen him like lately, like in years. But yeah, that was crazy. Like, that should never happen again, thank God. Like, I've never been catfished after that. I try to avoid that obviously at all costs, and I've been watching the show Catfish for years, like since it came on, so I'm actually pretty good about the people that I meet online. Like, if I'm on Tinder or like Bumble or something and somebody say something fishy, or like, oh, my camera broke, or oh, I don't got a phone, or like da-da-da, or like, I don't have a Snapchat, yeah, and we can't FaceTime either. Like, soon as they start saying shit like that, I'll instantly like, bye. Or I'll be like, am I talking to a catfish? Like, I don't play that, so nobody got time for that. If you ever feel like you're getting catfish, please pay attention to the show and what they do on the show. They do a little image search. There's questions that you can ask the person, and you know, that'll give you the signs, you know, if there's like any red flags. Like, pay attention to that show. That show really does help people out, because we don't want to end up again with another Michael. No. And definitely not a situation where he just catfishes you, because then I would feel like shitty. That's all. I was like, he catfished the entire South Philly. So I feel shitty, but not as bad because all these other bitches went through it and we were all clueless together. So I was like, I feel shitty, but not as bad. It's whatever. But yeah, that was my, that was my, my catfish story time. It's a fucking shitty mess. Oh, Lord. But yeah, so if you guys want me to tell any other like stories, any other story times, get at me. You know, my information will be down in the description box. But yeah, you know, I definitely have some crazier story times, and definitely like some shitty ass stories. So if y'all ever want a story time, just let me know, because I have plenty. Like, I literally have a thing in my phone, like in my notes, that's a list of stories that I can tell on YouTube. So let me know. I'll see you guys later.